Hello everybody, apa kabar? And welcome to Virtually Peranakan Fest 2024. My name is Baba Alvin Un from Peranakan Sayang, hosting this festival from Singapore. This is our 5th year now presenting this online festival featuring all things Peranakan from around the region. A big hello to everybody watching this program live right now. Do say hello and share your views or ask questions in the comments section. We hope you enjoy the program, so do like or follow our Peranakan Sayang Facebook page or subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have yet to do so. Please support our efforts in keeping our Baba Nyonya communities connected and our culture alive and kicking. And of course, right now, it's my pleasure to have my kaki co-hosting this festival with me. He is now in Malacca. We shall bring on Baba Cedric Tan. Hello, Ba.
Hello. A very good afternoon, everybody. Kamsia for joining us. How are you, Alvin?
Bagus, Ba. Wow, it's so exciting, from one to another, And this one also very exciting. All our kawan-kawan all coming lah. All the wayang kan.
You have seen all 3 wayangs. I'm very, very sure. I mean, for those producers listed here in this show, I'm very sure that we also want to get to know them better and what actually spurred them on to produce this
all
wayang.
The challenges that they face also. It's not easy to put out wayang Peranakan tau.
Definitely. So let's bring them on.
Yes, idea.
Right.
Okay.
I will start off with the one nearest you lah, because they are the
Betul, Ba. Don't cross the road aja.
They are the senior people here lah. Yeah. Hey, old anak wayang, This are not old anak wayang. This are Lao Chiao already.
Lao Chiao. Old bird lah. Old bird. Tengok burung kan ada 2 ekor.
I don't know. All right. Let's bring on the first one. Baba Frederick So. Okay. Hailing from Gunung Sayang Association together with his lovely wife, Christina.
Wah, cantik sekali.
Hello, semua ada baik?
Ini semua anak wayang.
Ayo, 1 hour, one program after another, you all must be very tired.
Yeah, since yesterday.
Ayo.
Pantat sakit.
Pantat sakit.
Cakap pasal pantat orang number 1 best. You keep still going.
Tak korek pantat orang sudah baik.
Kau dah gas ya. Okay, just for your information, ladies and gentlemen, Baba Frederick is currently the first vice president of Gunung Sayang Association. Has been an anak wayang, an actor with the Wayang Peranakan of Gunung Sayang since 1999. Wow, you millennial lah, you.
And now also writer.
Yeah, now writer, songwriter, apa writer, tak writer.
Typewriter ada.
Apa kalian? Christina has been, of course, now we call it the actress.
Prolific actress.
Lu tengok dia ada garang now, on the stage tapi in life she's so sweet.
Nanti main ceki.
Belanja gua makan after this.
Boleh.
Okay. Let's bring on. Okay, let's go up to Malacca. All right. Someone who is not from the typical Peranakan scene, from the Malacca Tourism Association, the president, Miss Madalina Kwa, Nyonya Madalina Kwa, mana lu?
Hello.
Hai. Lu jangan tengok dia macam ni ya. Ini producer for 3 wayangs already.
Wow.
Yes, produced Pukul Anak Sini Menantu in the year 2022 and won 3 National Theatre Awards.
Wow.
One for being the jury award for the revival of culture, Peranakan wayang. Number 2 for the best wardrobe, and number 3 for the best supporting actress.
Wow.
Yeah, and then by Kisah Kebaya in 2023 and Manik Sulamkan Si Air Mata recently about a month ago in Malacca. That's Madalina Kwa.
Jangan main-main.
No play jangan tengok orang macam ni.
Okay. Dan kebudayaan is well related,
Yes, very much.
As far as I'm concerned, Melaka, mana lagi? Melaka lah. You have to remember that.
Melaka.
Mana lagi? Cedric jawab.
Hey, don't see her like that nah, nyonya. To the core, you know. Lu siap lah lu. Apa-apa salah je carut lu.
Kena siang betul-betul nanti.
Wow.
Okay. Let's bring on the youngest. Of course.
I'm here already.
Little experience. Yeah, ini semua all this lauciao must learn.
Elvin, you need a bit.
Okay, we are going to bring on the youngest one here, but no less experienced. May, a nyonya herself.
Hello.
Hi, Shamay.
Hi.
So, Shamay is from a theatre company called the Creative Space, specializing in immersive and interactive theatre play. And she just also recently staged a play in Malacca, the Best Nyonya musical.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we have 3 groups here that's going to share with us their journey, their long journey into the world of theatre.
Yeah, it's so wonderful that over the past couple of months, so many shows. Wayang Peranakan, no? Wow, fantastic. Yeah.
Even our host Alvin has got to come down to Malacca 3 times in a month. Normally we done that, right?
Every time I pergi.
Naik kapal terbang boleh, naik kapal pun boleh tau. Kita got 3 modes for transportation. Naik kapal, boleh terbang smooth air, boleh naik bus sekali.
Kereta.
All right. Let's get to business, yeah? I think everybody's interested to know what's your motivating factor that kept you going, especially in Gunung Science case. You have just completed your 30th Wayang. Wow. Milestone.
Wow.
Ya, 30 tau, bukan main-main tau punya business. So, what kept you guys going on? Yeah, I know 30 plays not easy thing because you cannot recycle your stories lah. Everything got to be fresh lah. So, what kept you guys going?
I think for us, it's actually our passion for this culture itself. Because I mean, since young, we have been actually watching Wayang Peranakan on stage. So we really have the passion. The most important thing is we want to bring in the truth, the traditional way of how Wayang Peranakan is done. I mean, the extra turns, the costumes. Most importantly is the Baba Patois, that is actually the Baba Malay language that is spoken. So we try to retain as much as we can, so that we can continue with this good work that have been passed down to us from our other playwrights and actors itself.
For me, I started acting with Gunung Sayang Association since the year 2000, and that time my role was very minor, small role, like Kelefe like that as the years go by, of course I get more opportunities, which is good. So initially, when I acted with the veterans like Uncle GT Lai, Sally Gunn, even Terry Lim, I learned from them. Yeah, and as the years go by, and I try to emulate, especially Uncle GT, because there's 1 year, I think it was the title is called Tanda Mata Mak. So I was supposed to act as a bibi, wearing baju panjang. So I watched his shows over and over again just to, walk like him, talk like him, and the way I put my hanky over my shoulders, So I try my best to follow him lah. Yeah.
But the difference is you are an actual woman lah.
And initially, when I started acting, I acted as a mother-in-law, I think.
Yeah, my mother-in-law.
His mother-in-law.
Serious.
Then after that, reverse lah, and become young girl again. And then now, my age lah, as my age.
What a wonderful journey, sekejap. I mean, you take on diverse roles and also diverse sort of a character, just to be on stage and to tell the world this is how we Peranakans look like or behave like in the past. Yeah, may not be true, but at least you bring the character.
I think there was 1 year Cedric and Aaron actually acted as my mother-in-law and father-in-law from Malacca. Remember, there's one show you all did a cameo.
Yeah, I feel so old.
There was 1 year.
Yeah, I remember that. Pegang makan padi. Something like that.
Pegang makan padi. Yeah.
Okay. Coming down to Malacca. For MTA or Malacca Tourism Oh, up. Sorry. I mean, looking at the picture, she's down. Going up to Malacca. Yeah. For Malacca Tourism Association, they are actually considered new kids on the block in the world of Peranakan Wayang or theatre. So let me throw this question to Nyonya Madalina. Yeah. What made you to venture into Wayang Peranakan, and why you decided to stay on?
Well, actually, fact, the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Arts, MOTEC, they come up with these two type of grant, the GSSK and the GSSP. And we went for a quick seminar with JKKN, and all the association was there, PPCM, Peranakan, and Persatuan Pelancongan Negeri Melaka, and a few more. So we were asked to give a paper, and at that time, we presented the paper. And surprisingly, whatever we asked for, not in total, we got it, the grant. But it's divided into many other sectors. And there was one section where you have to do a wayang. So PPCN did something else, and Peranakan did something else, and the wayang was dropped on my lap. I'm thinking, alamak, mati lah gua. I don't know anything about wayang. I do not know how to direct. I don't know what to do. But the grant already sort of granted me 60%. So mau tak mau, gua kena buat lah. So that's where pokok anak sini menantu diberanakkan. Macam tu lah, that's how it started. So we are very thankful to MOTEC, and because of the incentives that they give, I think CREATE also, CREATE was known way before that, but this time around, she also beranakkan by the grant.
Wah,
So
untuk cari grant cari lu
Habis next year, I think the grant has gone up with a bigger budget. So it's a challenge.
Malacca again lah.
No, it's all spread all over Malaysia, all the 13 states. So Malacca being the very unique state with the Baba Peranakan, the Chetty, the Portuguese, Malay, Chinese and Indian. So wayang is something very different. Kebudayaan and kesenian dari segi pelancongan, dia lain. So we marry them together. And with the grant, it helps you to move forward. That's how it all started.
Bagus.
Wonderful. So your wish granted, everything is given, not given lah, dropped onto your lap lah. So you got to pick up the baby lah. All right. Shermaine, what about your journey? What made you dabble into Peranakan theatre?
From starters, I'm just gonna do a quick background on how this whole thing started lah. Always loved theatre, always loved acting. Never had the platform and opportunity that I could seek in Malacca. I ventured into self-taught lah. Couldn't find the opportunity here. A lot of the opportunities Singapore, KL, and at that time, I had to be very close to my family. And so I had to dabble into how to figure out how to create stories. So it was all from the lack of resources. So like a bit different from Nyonya Madalina, which is like she threw out an opportunity, the opportunity, bam, she gave it. For me, it's like I seek it. And it wasn't, at first it didn't start off as like, oh, I want to do Peranakan and things like that. It was purely figuring out. Even up till today, I'm still experimenting. That's why the shows that I do is, they are very small and then also very big. And then I think next year I want to experiment on more artistic storytelling. So I focus a lot of immersive and interactive shows where I have to improvise and talk to the audience, because I feel that as much as it's very challenging, because they throw things at you out of nowhere, and then you have to like in your character you have to like think of it. But it's very fun and it's very engaging, and that's something that I look into. So the Nyonya journey actually came when I was starting to do a short film, and then it changed into a theater. I'm going like fast speed theater. And after that, I found myself, because when you write a story or when you create a story, you have to research. So through the research, that whole period of time, I found myself really connected to the culture, because I grew up, like I never really think about it so much. Like my family, they talk like that, but I never like, oh, I'm so interested. It wasn't that. So it was slowly, I started like opening up an onion and figuring out like, oh my God, I actually really like this. And the colors and the story and for me is the untold story. The story is the one that makes me very interested because the people that is surrounding me, like my mom, my dad, my aunts, they are who they are because of their culture. It's very interesting one. And so to kind of, if people who know me very well will know that a lot of the stories are from inspiration from my own family. And so it is why it inspired me to do more Peranakan, is to in a way find myself and in a way tell untold stories of the culture. And it's also a journey, like navigating through this and also learning from people like you guys who are like OGs of the yeah. Yeah, inspired, right?
How long have you been in this form
OG is
of?
orang gila for your information.
Oh, really?
No, no.
We got original gangster.
Shomei, how long have you been dabbling into this Peranakan theatre?
Peranakan actually right after COVID. So I started writing during COVID. And then once the door opened, man, I was dry, like desert. I couldn't do arts because obviously it's all online during those times. Every theatre company just shut. So when it came out and I had the opportunity, I did it with Rio. They were coming down to Melaka and they're like, we want you to do a show. I was like, I can do a show. I wanted to do non-Peranakan. And then they're like, it'd be nice if it could be cultural. So I challenged myself, which is very interesting because in 2022, we did it and it sort of blew up. And like what she said, we got that grant, and the grant was to help us expand the show that we did in 2022 to make it a bigger version. So instead of 10 people, we have more than 30 people. That was the show that we just did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. What would be your challenges then? I mean, especially in this the recent play that you had. What are your major challenges?
I think there's, if you ask all of us, there'll be so many I can list down until tomorrow. There's a lot of challenges when you open up play. It could be resource, it could be people, it could be venue, it could be last minute somebody got sick and there's a virus, which is, I don't know why. So a lot of times like that's the case for our team. But at the end of the day, if you ask me what are the challenges now, I would say there's not something that I could pinpoint exactly, because for me challenges something, so long as you can overcome it, then so far I've been very blessed. People guide me, and I wouldn't say there is a specific challenge, to be honest. So yeah, I'm very blessed.
Madalena, another newbie in this thing, 3 years, 2022 until now. What would you think would be your major challenges?
Challenges are the people themselves, okay, the different races, the different culture, the way how you handle it, and also the audience and market segmentation. Because when you do a show, it's just not doing the show, it's linking up everybody, the culture, the people, okay, the directors, your sponsors, everything. So you need to have a team. The team is very, very important. You need to have the pre and the post. And just not doing a show. Okay, the fella pakai ni baju lah, dia pakai ni seluar lah. It has to be thanks to Baba Cedric. His busana is fantastic. And I have also a busana guy, Cik Wan. They combined it very well. So if you want to get a very good costumes display, you have to get it right from the very beginning. Dari ujung rambut sampai ujung kaki. Kalau tak betul, tak boleh bikin. With me around, tak boleh angkat buang. That's it. Either you do it or you can't do it. So it's very important. You have no choice. That challenging people, getting them together, to work together, and at the end of the day, to feel good about it, and you have promoted your culture in terms of language, in terms of busana, in terms of everything. That is the main thing.
Let's go down to the OG, OGG, or whatever you call it.
Orang gila.
Orang gila. It's about right.
Orang gila sama garang.
Orang garang.
Siapa garang?
Agak-agak lah. Okay, so what will be your challenges as a a very established organization.
I'm not too sure about how Malacca find challenges, but for us, we have a lot of challenges because from the venue itself to the funding, because the thing is, first and foremost, we are going to ask ourselves, has the popularity of Wayang Peranakan declined? Because we've been doing it year after year since 1985. So those old 4Gs that have been watching our show already passed away. So our kind of audience base has become smaller, and usually the younger people that bring their grandmothers to watch these shows, they don't actually understand the language. So some people ask, why are we still holding on to the Baba Malay language? Because this is our tradition. I feel that you can do a Wayang Peranakan in English, but does it mean it's a Wayang Peranakan? For us, for GSA itself, we always find comfort in the language itself. So that's the reason why until today we still use the Baba Malay language. So with the young people coming to watch, we put subtitles so that they can understand the whole entire show. So right now we are trying to draw the younger generation in. So that is one challenge itself on the popularity. The second is actually the talent scouting. Yeah.
Yeah, for especially this our main challenge is actually to get talents. Yeah, those who can speak the Baba Malay language. Not many can speak already. So, but this year we're very thankful because we held a Baba Malay class.
No, mari kita baca script.
Mari kita baca script, and then people come in, to join us for the workshops, but with no intention of actually recruiting them to act in the wayang. Yeah. But then after the whole workshop, then we suddenly sat down and thought about ourselves. We need new blood, to join us. We cannot be always the same actor actresses. So then we called them down for audition, and so we had 7.
So for this show itself, Ada Kera Ada Nasi, we have 11 casts, but out of that, 7 of them are new people. So we are very happy to say that we are able to actually engage new people to actually be on stage acting, speaking Baba Malay language.
Yeah, and including my daughter. So I'm very surprised that she can actually speak because she's been listening to how me and Fred speak, right? So, but she doesn't actually speak the language. But during the show, she really, she spoke. Yeah, and it was so fluent. We are so proud of her. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, all that said, we still need to have the audience. I mean, if you can have the whole stage to a performance, but if there's no audience, no point also. So we need really the government to give us the grants, and right now rental of venue in Singapore is really expensive. Yes. So this time we're actually happy to say that we got venue sponsor from SCCC, Singapore
Chinese Cultural
Center. And also we are looking forward to seeing more grants from the government. It's not like Medellina, it's fall on your lap. Ours, we actually have to beg and ask. So whether or not we get it is another thing.
And the other challenge is all of us are working adults and we are all volunteers. So we are not paid for the running of the show. But because of our passion, so we even started as early as 6 months ago to rehearse for the show, for the wayang.
Yeah. For Gunung Sayang, all the actors, the participants are all given an honorarium. They are not paid. All this, we do it for the culture itself. So we are happy to say that we have done it for 30 shows.
Yeah. And every time when we want to do a show, we want to give up, but we can't give up because every single show, after every single show, audience come up to us, especially the old bibiks and the babas. They come to us and they say, the language that you speak bring back memories. So how to give up, And the look and the eyes of the story really tells from the eyes and the expression. So we won't want to give up. Yeah.
Now,
let me ask. Sorry, can I add something?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
I hope you don't mind. You were talking about the language, right? What I found very interesting, if I may just share a little thing. When I was younger, I went for shows with my parents and whatnot. And a lot of times I do not understand. I understand a bit, but I don't. So I made it a point that my show should be like for me, as much as I wish I could do 100% Peranakan Malay sort of kawan. My intention is to create a show that even the 5-year-old can understand. So if you actually came for my show, Baba Cedric and Matt, you understand that like the kids get it. I use very simple Malay words, but hopefully that could inspire them to understand. Because for me, once they get the story and they get the culture, then it increase their interest. So then of course it is so important. I think we'll talk about that hopefully later a bit more about how accurate and all that to be right the show, so that you can inspire
You can talk about it right now. In fact, we are moving into that segment right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So since you're on the topic, Charmaine,
Yeah,
please
since I'm on the
contribute.
topic.
On you.
No,
on you.
The accuracy of Peranakan play. So I have two feedbacks. Number one is, ayo, shame lah, you are not so kao. The second one is, oh, my kids understand and they love it. Now they love the culture. She's asking if I can buy her a kebaya and things like that. But the main focus for me is to inspire next gen to gain awareness, because when I was growing up, it was sort of like steadily going, the interest is not there and it's within the community. So for me, I started a TikTok channel to just literally talk everything Peranakan and to see where this goes. I have no expectations. For me, it's research, and also people can, during the comments, they will actually tell me, oh, it's this, and through that I learned a lot of the pantang larangs and things. Also, Baba Thomas played a very big part in guiding me when I was doing shows, because I'm zero, when it came to show. And Peranakans, we have to be very particular on certain things. You can't just wear whatever kasut you want. It has to be money. And bibit baju is this, the kain is different, even the actions. So for me, it was a steep learning curve, considering if you have a deadline for a show, you have to learn. And I remember for the Little Nyonya, right, I have to digest the whole thing within 1 week. So I'm like you at that lah. Baba Alvin just watching just like in front of the screen, just watching and like writing down and stating notes of what must be very careful with the sort of pantang larang, so don't want to disappoint people. Yeah.
Would you venture in the future? I mean, for your future plays, would you venture into something that's going to be more cow in your language and perhaps also in your
I think,
dressing?
yeah.
As well?
I think why not? It's just I think whatever I have in the skill wise, right, I will need to learn way more if I want to do an authentic kao one, like the ones that you guys do lah. So I like.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
But I also understand that you also have certain we call it spectator segmentation, where you cater mainly mostly your crowd is very English speaking.
Yeah,
and,
it's like more general.
and also the young crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, I must say that when I watch the Great Show itself, the demographics of the audience are actually younger. Don't know whether they're because they are your friends or what, and they were very responsive when you ask questions. It's like, can you imagine for us, the older generation, when you ask that question, whether they will answer you, that is another thing,
Because I did the missing diamonds at the Baba Nyonya Museum, there was one day where it was all like they love the show. You can see them smiling, but they just don't want to respond though. So like I said, we feed with that energy when they don't respond. I was like, am I right? And then they just look at me and smile.
I watched that also. We went to support you on.
Oh yeah, I remember.
We were there as well. So I mean, the response itself is very important because you get energy from the response of the audience itself. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, for us, we try to retain what is actually original in the Wayang Peranakan show. I mean, if you look at the female impersonator, I'm not too sure whether do you have a female impersonator in your show. I'm not too sure.
I think it was just once it was Baba Thomas and Baba Ellen.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that's something which we retain up till today lah. I mean for our Wayang Peranakan
iconic
impersonator. Yeah. So if you look at maybe Alvin can just show the past female impersonator that we have in Singapore itself. This is one of them. No, these are all female. Yeah. No, this one. The Baba William Tan is one of the oldest female impersonator. He's one of the doyen, but sad to say he has already passed away. And then currently the new ones are the next slide. GT Lai is of course, I mean everyone knows GT Lai. GT Lai is until today is still one of the favorite female impersonators. And then not right now in GSA itself, we have these three impersonators itself. I mean, not easy to be a female impersonator just because you cross dress, but you need to be able to know the movement and all that, like
The
what
poise, I think. The
yeah,
poise.
how you hold the handkerchief, how you speak, and things like that. It's an art form all by itself, lah. Just like the kabuki. Yeah. Thank you, Alvin.
Fred and Nyonya Tina, I just want to ask you a question. Would you come to a day where you would use probably about 50% English in your plays in order to attract or to you need to somehow rather maintain or to attract new viewers to come, audience to come and watch the play? I mean, would that day come where you really need to do that?
I would think that we are also evolving because the Peranakan culture cannot retain in its traditional form. I mean, even currently, we have also have English, words peppered within the show itself. Whether 50% or not, it all depends on the script itself. Because if let's say it's like a younger generation and then there's an older generation, there is a possibility that the younger generation may be speaking in English and then things like that. Who knows? I mean, that may just happen one of these days. Yeah.
Nyonya Madalena, I'm going to put a spotlight on you right now. To you, yeah, how important? I mean, in this play, I noticed that you dropped all the female impersonators and in fact insisted on guys being guys, ladies being ladies approach. What's your take on that?
Well, it's a challenge. All right, I challenge Baba Elson and Baba Thomas. I do not want any more BB with the bimpo. Okay, I want the real man in my show. So I challenged them, and I think they did very, very well. With the rest of the cast that combined and worked together, they did it lah. They pull it lah. Everybody was waiting for BB to come out with the bimpo and the sirik kasut, but that didn't come. And how they carry themselves and what they did on stage, I applaud them and the team as well. It wasn't easy. And it's Wayang Perpaduan Peranakan. So I have other races that came in to work together with us, and every day we have so-called Cedric, we have help from Nancy, then we have Grace, we have PB and also Jimmy. Jimmy was a great challenge to him. He is a Malay guy, look Chinese, but to basuh him, basuh him every day. And then he says, I lah orang gila already. Bawa kereta pun I cakap sampai lah, sini lah, pakai kasut lah, mau pergi Ciwan lah. You see the grooming? So, like what you all were asking, we will be having the Peranakan show for the next 5 years. Shermaine, what you do is pretty amazing for the younger generation. The interactive in Bahasa as well as in English. All right. I think there's something very good. We're all not getting younger. So in the next 10 years, I think it will move towards your era. But for now, I challenge Baba Alvin, Baba Frederick, you maintain the next 5 years. We can do it. Boleh, bukan tak boleh. Mo sama tak mo je. Betul tak?
Malaysia boleh.
Singapore also boleh. Singapore boleh.
Singapore boleh also.
Then again, the challenges that we have here and Singapore is entirely different. Even though the first round I had the grant, it was sort of dropped to my lap. But the second and third one, you have to apply for it. And now everybody was getting smarter. So the grant shrink. So when it shrinks, you have challenges like... Sorry?
You mean the grant divided to more parties, is it?
Divided to many people doing many things, not just Wayang Peranakan. There are other shows that they're doing. And when this happened, you have the challenges of, again, audience control. And then, like that day, Shami and me had the same show. And also the museum had Emily.
Same day. Yeah,
same
it was
day,
all the same day.
Semua orang ada show. And then,
Dah lah, very
mana
niche.
cari orang yang sama? Yeah, he shrunk.
niche. And then everybody just...
Yeah, so how? So that is a big challenge. One, you can have the fantastic stage and everything. Who's going to watch your show? Secondly, it's not who's going to watch your show, what type of audience that's going to watch your show. We want to promote our culture. And of course, some say ada Melayu, Cina, it doesn't matter. We're all the same. Tapi the language, the music itself carry a lot of weight. So if you can able to reach out to your audience through the musical that we play, you know, that our meow meow song, you can remember the malu malu kucing. So it's something very different from the rest. You need to reach out, or else there's nothing to sustain them. The challenge is to sit and watch my show for 1 hour 15 minutes without going to the toilet. Kalau you keluar pergi toilet, I mean I didn't do well. That is our challenge. Okay?
Now,
Thank you.
Since you say that's the challenge, yeah, let me challenge each and every one of you. If let's say that you are given a magic wand, yeah, you get everything granted. What would be your dream play that you would stage?
What's your dream play?
No grant problem, no actors problem, no audience problem. So what would be your dream play?
No.
It will be a dream play without reigniting other play. That means one original play by itself. I've seen
Yes.
many shows repeating 1.1, 2.1, 2.3, or whatever you call it, 2.3, whatever lah. It must be one good show where I would like to combine Malaysia and Singapore. They want to challenge that. We need to combine to share once and for all. You know, we have not done that. That is a great challenge. It's not easy, Abah. Sini pun tak ada bising, sana pun ada bising. Kita kasih campur, kasih kahwin. Boleh kah?
Boleh. It has been done before.
Response from Singapore.
Definitely can.
Okay,
No,
Seth, you are saying play, but to me, if let's say there's no restriction, I mean there's no funding problem, I want to see a 2-hour movie of a Peranakan story, not a play, a movie.
Yeah.
So you want to move on to a movie now?
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that, you know, there's Malay movies, there's, you know, Chinese movies, but if let's say there's someone that is willing to, you know, sponsor to do a Peranakan movie, I think that would be wonderful. I mean, this is just far-fetched lah. I mean, this is what
And
we
done properly, eh?
Yeah, done properly.
properly.
Slow now.
Cannot anyhow, eh?
Every single aspect is done properly. That would be wonderful. Yeah.
Yes,
For
agree.
me, not movie yet lah. For me, will be TV first lah, maybe. Because Yang already showing the second season, right? Next year. So can we Peranakans do? Yes, definitely, and we can do a better job because we are true Peranakans. So you know, if we can do that drama series on TV, that will be perfect.
I agree with you, but the only problem is beyond us. It is the target audience, which is the Chinese audience, which our language, unfortunately, not many people understand.
I believe what Baba Frederick mentioned, if you have a movie, the good thing about having a movie is that it is so accessible to the public. Don't have to travel and you don't have to book time. A movie is, you can put it on live stream and whatnot. So I think if you want to talk about targeting bigger market, that is a very good idea, and that's something of my goal in the future as well. I started with dabbling with short films first before I went to theatre. So I'm actually quite interested in this topic. But again, if you want to do, you do properly. You don't just like, oh, I want to make a movie, yeah, let's go, just get some. So you want to make sure that I have a solid foundation in knowing exactly what I want to do. But for me, if I have no restrictions, I would say sustainability is more important than doing one big show. You can do one big show, but how sustainable can that be? But what Nyonya Madalena said was combining it to be the ultimate play for the Peranakan, an iconic classic play. That would be the dream lah. With no financial restriction and everybody's just happy. There's no conflict. Oh, that's the dream. Everybody happy, you know. Ultimately, we are all theatre kids, theatre people. We know that at the end of the day, a lot of times we do it for the people that is part of our team. And I'm very blessed to have a great team who is spamming a bit in the comments.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that.
And like a lot of times I ask myself, wow, why I do this to myself? And then I was like, oh, okay, it's for the community, it's for them, it's for myself, and it's for the stories that we tell.
Exactly. That is your guide, you know, what
Yeah,
you're
it's like-
guided by your goals. That's right. So it's not impossible for Singapore and Malacca to work together, but of course it is a lot of scheduling issues, monetary issues, time to come together to rehearse.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I mean, even within Malacca itself, it's so hard to get all the people to come together to rehearse. Right, not Cedric? Susah, eh?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I
So
mean, we have a few success story. I think the Peranakan Sayang had a few rounds of show in Singapore last year and this year, a combination of Malacca and also Singapore team. Well, having said that, that can be done. Yeah, it's a matter. I think right now is like for Gunung Sayang's case, Pagar Makan Padi sort of thing. Yeah, it can be set in such a way that you only meet up during the final week of the play, but everyone concentrates on the play. As for film, I must say that in Malaysia, it's quite possible to be done. We do have people who can do film and telemovies and that. They are all around. In fact, having said this, there'll be a shoot for a Chinese New Year 2026 telemovie that's going to be shot supposedly next week, but postponed now to Chinese New Year time. So yes, we have people inside who can do that. I think it's more important what we can do is that we try to engage the government people, RTM for that matter, even for Singapore, maybe with your media corp, as to how far we can go with this and how we can actually cover our fundings. I think in terms of resources like actors, props, costume wise, I think those are pretty minor compared to people acting. Yeah, and having a good story too. I think that definitely would sell the movie. Yeah. So anybody would like to say anything here at this point?
yeah.
I think the conclusion here is government tolonglah support.
Well,
no,
government.
Government, thank you for supporting, tolonglah continue to support.
I should
You,
say the
you
government.
still
Sorry,
sorry,
the government
Madonna.
has a lot. The government has a lot to support. They come in many ways. It's just that
Yeah.
how you nak step, and how you want to. It's like a SWOT analysis. If I'm good at this area, you let me handle that. You are good at that area, so then you can combine. You cannot do it all by yourself because there's many channels that you need to ketuk into and to get what you want. The funding, number one, to get it right, the SOP, the protocols, then the show. The show with all the people, experienced people here, Alvin, Frederick, I think Christina, and even Shamay. I think that part to me is not a problem. You all tak payah cakap, tutup mata boleh buat. But to get the thing together, is very important. So you need the link, the right channel, the platform. Once you get that right, everything will go on fine. Because sini semua orang experience. Tutup mata boleh. Tidur pun boleh cakap. Tak susah.
No one keep walking. Okay. Fred, any last words before we wrap up the session?
Last words, no, I'm just very happy that you all have actually set up this platform for us to talk about Wayang Peranakan because I think a lot of people think that it's just a show and then they just watch it, pay that amount and then just watch it and then enjoy it. They don't know what goes behind it, how much work and how much sweat and tears actually go into doing a show. So I'd just like to applaud all of you, Madalena, Shamay, and even for PPCM for doing the show. I mean, I'm just amazed that I'm just don't understand why so many shows within that few weekends in Malacca. How I wish they had actually,
Spread it out.
yes, they can spread it out so that, over 3 weeks I must go Malacca every week to and watch the show. What? It was quite, I mean, it's so much effort is put into it, and then it's just that few shows, and then I think your audience base is also spread.
Diluted.
I'm not too sure whether all of your Malaccan audience actually watch all the shows. So it's a waste lah. So that's the reason why if let's say in Singapore we have one show, we try to spread it out. The next year, then someone else does a show, things like that. So just want to applaud all of you for being in the same same field itself.
I also want to add that thank you guys for continuing to spearhead this the Peranakan heritage, and for all of us to learn and explore and to be so willing to just share. I think that's very, very important. So thank you for having me
Thank
as
you.
well. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay,
very
Ma.
much. I think all of us are. I mean, for me, it is a very fruitful sort of session, because very seldom that we get to see all of you and all of you to come together and talk about things that we are all very, very passionate about. Also, things that the challenges that we face, the issues, and we need to ventilate them out so that at least other people can learn from these experiences, and then also not to fall back into, not to fall into the same mistakes that others have done. Yeah, so thank you very, very much for sharing.
Okay. So that's the end of the program. Certainly hope that you all enjoyed it. I'd like to thank all our guests this afternoon. Thank you very much, Madalena, Shemay, Frederick, sama Christina, Kamsia semua for coming on board in virtually Peranakan Fest. Of course, I'd like to thank my co-host Baba Cedric Dan, Kamsia Ba for joining me in this festival. Please join me on our next program. It's happening very shortly. I have to rush off actually very late because I got to go to
Peranakan
Go.
Nation.
I'm going to Katong right now, so I'm already
Move.
late already. So come see everybody for joining us on Virtually Peranakan Fest 2024, organized by Peranakan Sayang. My name is Baba Alvin Un. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Say bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye. See you later.
See you.